Now you chilling with the nicest, the flyest, Defynest Podcast.
I like to bring on people just to give them a platform too, and just talk about everything they're going on. I like to especially highlight people who are doing their own little thing, trying to make it on their own.
Yeah.
I see that you started the Cano Physiq.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh man, that's pretty dope. And you're doing that. And you got your own little gym set up too.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I set it up. I started doing it last year.
Bro.
Yeah, so I have the domain name and everything, and the social media wise, but I just gotta continue. I gotta continue it to do execute it, and then right now it's the paperwork part.
Okay.
So trying to get liability forms and all that, and then if someone's coming to my house, try to do an NDA where it's hey, I have you in my house, but don't tell your friends to come to my house.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So try to keep it private, because I did have it public, but then I was like, you know what, let me keep it private for the time being. So I just won't be throwing my address out there. So people come by, hey, let's go work out. It's nah, not today.
Yeah. You got a little appointment schedule and stuff like that. That's dope, man.
And I would like to travel as well. Travel to, if someone can't come to my house, go out to them. And I have stuff at home I could just bring out. People aren't trying to. They're just trying to get a quick workout, really. Yeah. Get in, get out, nothing too fancy. Unless that's what they want, then we could do the works. But it's not too bad. We'll see how that goes. Try to promote it more during the summer. Right now, I was focusing more on the flight school stuff in the beginning, because I got out the Army back in, when was it? 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago. Yeah. And then I got back in last May. Yeah. Because one of the recruiters, once you get out, they always harass you and phone calls, emails. And one guy came to my house.
Oh, damn, it's like that?
And he left a little note on there. Yeah. And I wasn't home, so when I got there, I was like, well, if you're going to come out to the house, I was like, well, I'll give you a call. So I called him, met up with him, and I was like, the only way I want to do this is if I could fly. Okay. He's like, if that's what you want to do, we could do it. I was like, okay. I was like, what happens if I don't get accepted, though? Can I just get right back out? And he's like, you're going to get accepted. And I was like, you never know. Yeah. I was like, I'll do everything that I have to do. So it was in May all the way until February. And I had to do an exam, a flight physical. And that was pretty strange because they sit you in a chair and then they measure you everywhere just to make sure you could reach stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, within the birds.
Just like simulating the cockpit. Mm-hmm. Man, it's crazy.
And then you do a little depth perception test. You do a color vision. That gets people from there. Yeah. And then pass those two, and then just all the physical exams that we had to do, and then to build a packet. Once I got that packet finished and completed, with what else went into it? Letters of recommendations went into it. My transcripts went into it. Military career paperwork went into it. Everything, because they don't see me. They just see what's in the packet. So if they think that I'm good on paper, then they'll give me the thumbs up. So then back in this past February, I got accepted into the Warrant Officer School, and then it was cool and not cool, because I was like, well, if I get accepted, I can leave. But I got accepted and I can't leave until October. So I'm like, damn. It's it's cool, but I don't want to wait. But I have to. It's not up to me. Yeah. It's the Army. It tells me when to go.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll probably use that, but all that stuff, that's dope. I'll probably keep that in the podcast. Yeah. But let me do a little intro. Guys, man, welcome back to the Defynest Podcast, the podcast where I mess up the intro every single episode because I don't memorize it. But yeah, man, it's Defynest is really more like it's a mind state. Mm-hmm. It's more of everybody tells you what you can't do. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to tell you, they want to label you and they want to put you in the box, man. And man, I'm just here to try to tell everybody, man, that you don't have to put up with that. You can make it on your own. You can do whatever you want. I actually prefer seeing people who pursue something they're passionate about and go for a goal and stuff like that. And that inspires me. And that's one reason why I started this whole podcast, because I want to give those type of people, a platform where they can come, share their stories. Maybe we could talk about something. Maybe I could help the person with some advice, or maybe we just just talk and just share stories. Laugh sometimes. But yeah, so today on this episode, man, this is episode 19. We're up to 19 already.
Big 19.
Yeah, the big 19. I got a special guest. He's my birthday brother.
There we go. Scorpio gang.
Yeah, man. So his name is Eric Cano.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I always like to begin the podcast by telling the story of how we met each other. Okay. And I don't really remember the exact first time, but I know how the people that correlate that got us together. So I was really good friends with Chris Darnell.
Yes, and I'm best friends with his brother
Will
Darnell. Yep.
Yeah, so that's how we met. I was like, it was through Will and Chris, and just one time that we're all hanging out, and then through them. Let
me bring my lame brother and his friend. It's like, okay. So we're like, hanging out with the older kids.
Yeah, man. So yeah, because we're birthday brothers, but I got him by a couple years.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I got you by a couple years. But yeah, man. So it was through Chris and through Will that we met each other, and man, we hung out. We partied, we drank, and I remember like. We haven't seen each other in a while, man. It's been years.
I've been traveling like every 2 years I've been gone.
Yeah.
Since I joined the Army.
Yeah.
So I joined back in 2008.
Yeah. And I remember when you joined.
Yeah.
I remember when you joined. And I remember when you went they sent you out to
Iraq. Yeah, and I deployed back in. We started our training back in 2010.
Yeah,
and then didn't get to Iraq until 2011. It was actually on Valentine's Day, 2011. So when I first landed in Iraq. So then after that, spent about 9 months out there, just being hot, pretty boring. But the good thing was I was on midnight shift, so from midnight to noon, so I didn't have all the heat.
Okay,
it wasn't too bad, and it was dark, so just do what we had to do, and then. So then after that, I came back home in 2012 and then stayed here for about another 2 years and then moved to Kentucky in 2014.
Yeah. See, that's like the last thing I remember. I remember you going out to Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Then you signing up or getting your degree at the University of Kentucky, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the last thing I really remember. I was like, okay. I was like, he's going out to Kentucky. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah. Cause I was using the military benefits.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I was able to use it for like basically any school, then go to the school that I want to go to.
Yeah.
But I brought it down to 3 choices before Kentucky. It was Kentucky, Rutgers, or Arizona State.
Okay.
And with Arizona State, like the whole thing was like it's a party school. And I'm like, well, I dropped out of school the first time around. I was like, I don't want to mess that up, and especially leaving just to mess it up. So I was like, let me not do that. And then Rutgers, same situation. I had friends out in New York, so I was like, well, if they know that I'm there, they're gonna get me in trouble. Yeah. So I was like, let me stay away from there. Yeah. I was like, well, Kentucky would be okay because it's the unit that I deploy with, they're from Kentucky.
Okay.
So I could do like an easy transfer from like my Army stuff here out in Conroe to there in Fort Knox.
Yeah.
So that was a selling point. And then out of those 3 schools, I looked at the programs for kinesiology and who treats like the veterans the best. Yeah. And that's how I got the top 3. So out of those 3, then I chose Kentucky. I was like, well, Kentucky, I like basketball.
Yeah.
So I got to root for winners. I was like, so let me go out there. And then I was like, I don't know too many people other than the people I deployed with. And I know them where I could go hang out with them and stay if I need to at someone's house before I venture out on my own there.
Yeah.
So then Kentucky was. I moved out there January 2014 and then moved out December 2015. In and out. But it was pretty good. I liked it. I like Kentucky. I like to think that I brought good luck to them.
Okay.
Because they went to the Final Four both years I was there.
Yeah.
But then since I left, they haven't.
Oh, wow. That's right, man. So you were there like during the good years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't in 2012 was when they won the championship.
Yeah.
So I saw it from a distance.
I remember you posting pictures of you at the game and in the stadium, seeing the stadium. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's a lottery, like for those tickets.
Yeah.
For the basketball, it's insane. Like football season, when I was there, I could just walk in on a Saturday if I was bored. I was like, I woke up. Yeah, they're playing at noon. Let me go. But basketball, you have to sign up for a lottery, and then if you get picked up for that, then you have to go wait in line, and hopefully the tickets are there, and then you make it to the game. Oh, wow. But then it's only like 4 game blocks, so it's like which one based off the schedule, like everyone's gonna put in. And it's hard to do it solo, so you have to be in like a group so you can get group tickets for the student section and all that. So, I mean, you're better off buying a ticket, to be honest.
And to deal with that.
Yeah, it's like, just let me buy one. Yeah. Who cares about the price? You're in there, Rep Arena, and go from there.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you went to school for kinesiology, right?
Yeah.
You got your bachelor's in that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the study of body movement. Okay. So the way that the body moves. I picked that one because I was fascinated with how the body moves. Mm-hmm. And being in the military and even getting out of school, I wasn't the biggest kid. And then as I started working out, I was like, well, this is pretty fun. Let me see what I can do with this. Yeah. So I started experimenting with a lot of things. Even when I deployed, I was on a cycle of steroids. I think I took like D-ball out there.
For real?
Yeah. So
why were you doing that?
Just put on weight. Yeah. I got up. I gained I was like 165 when we deployed, and then in like 3.5 months, I got to like 200 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, even now, I was like, you put on some mass. Yeah. You got some mass.
Right. Yeah. Right now, I haven't been working out too much, but
and I don't remember you that big.
Yeah, I was always small.
Yeah.
It was me and a few guys. We took some stuff out there. Yeah. And I just wanted to do it because I wanted to see like the effects. I mean, they talk about like all the like anger issues, like rage and all that. But I guess the only side effect that I had was just like severe like acne and all that. Yeah. So I was like, that was the bad thing. But I also felt like I did too much in a short amount of time. If I would have paced it out, or probably cycled a little better back then, or if I would have had better knowledge back then.
You should even do like that type of stuff.
Well, not with that time frame. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it right now, but I don't want to do it at the time being. I mean, I would recommend.
Really?
To be honest, yeah.
You would?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. Just like one cycle. I mean, I feel like everyone should try something that they're curious about.
Okay.
So then once I did that, I was like, okay, well, I'm done. I got the experience. I understand what happened, and then move on from there. So then when I came back from deployment, all that muscle just turned to fat. I just stopped working out and everything because you're not active. Yeah. You're not doing anything. And you just start drinking more and all that. You're like, oh, I'm back home. I haven't been drinking in a year plus. Let me get hammered every week. So then I was still like 200, but I was big. So I was like, well, let me do a drastic change. And then 2012, that was when I was doing I was like, well, let me try going vegan. So I went vegan for like 3 months and lost 30 pounds. Like quick. I was like, dang. I was like, this is pretty. And I loved it. I liked the feeling of what I was doing being a vegan, and it allowed me to explore like Houston a little bit more, to go to those vegan restaurants and all that, and whatever's popping up around town, and then just like cooking vegan food and then trying to change everything,
make it different, and not just like lettuce and
like change it up. One thing I liked was like it was like a McRib. Like a tofu one. It was like,
really?
Yeah, like a barbecue, like McRib. So that was like all I got. Like when I went to the stores, like I had to get this. Yeah. And sometimes it would sell out. So I was like, well.
I know. I just heard that Burger King's bringing like an Impossible Burger.
Are they?
Yeah. They're going to release that pretty soon. Which the Impossible Burger is it's supposed to be like a vegan burger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't really eat at Burger King.
Yeah.
Or McDonald's.
I think, but there's a lot of restaurants now that sell that Impossible. It's like Impossible is like the brand or something. Yeah, it's like the brand of the meat that sell those patties in the burgers now. And I just, you know what I was thinking? Right now, I was like, man, I really all the meat I get is really chicken. I was like, most of the time, if I have anything, it's only chicken, and I eat like a lot more vegetables now. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm pretty much. I wasn't even trying, but I'm pretty much like gluten free. Yeah. And then I was like, all right, that's one step like towards it. I'm already cut down like red meat, and then I'm just on chicken. And then I was like, I'm cool with eating all the vegetables. I was like, man, could I go vegan? I was questioning that. I was like, can I do it?
Yeah. I mean, it starts one day at a time. Yeah. It's like you do it one day, and then let's try again. Go on a little streak about it. Yeah. And then just keep going.
Yeah. But so you were always like, you're interested in experimenting with all that kind of stuff. So it kind of fit that you're going into like kinesiology and just more like about the body and things like that.
Yeah, because I figured if I was going to pursue this, then I don't want to recommend something that I haven't tried. Yeah. So I can't say, well, you should go vegan. It's like, and I've never done it. Yeah. So it's kind of, I mean, a lot of people do that now. I mean, you see it in social media. That they just spew nonsense. Most of the time, they haven't even tried it. Or they tried it one day, and it's like, oh, I did my vegan day today. Right. I'm a vegan now. It's like, all right, chill out. Yeah. So then 2012, I started doing that. And then I was like, well, let me start working out. And that was right when, like, CrossFit was getting kind of big. So I did that for about a year. I was out in, what was it called? Bayou City CrossFit. I think it's off of 610. I was there about a year, and up until basically when I moved to Kentucky, you become a part of a little community out there, and it's like, hey, I got accepted into school. I'm gonna be gone. Who knows when I'm gonna come back? Yeah. So I did that, and I like CrossFit a lot. It's the learning about it. And doing the Olympic lifts, like it's still hard to like teach that to people, especially like just general population. For people that just want to jump into CrossFit, it's like, well, it's a process of lifting and making sure you know how to lift and doing the movements to get like weight above your head using the barbell and everything. And some people they don't have those mechanics down. They want to do it, but you're gonna hurt yourself in the end.
Yeah, they don't have the technique right. Okay. Yeah, I've always. Now, I don't even think I've ever stepped in a gym in my entire life. No? Yeah, no, man. So all those like the machines or whatever, I don't know what they do. I don't know how to work it. And then like with especially like freehand weights and stuff like that, especially now that I have arthritis. Yeah. So it's kind of like I feel like I'm gonna drop these weights at like any time. So I'm like, it's a little dangerous. I think I'd be doing this, especially like bench pressing or with the. What's the kettlebell? Yeah. Kettlebell stuff. I was like, what if I just let this and it goes flying and goes hit somebody, or if I drop it on my foot or something like that. Yeah. But I could see, especially too I don't have any of that background with like this technique wise. So I could be like thinking I'm actually, working out where I could just be hurting my body. Yeah. Because I'm not doing it right, you know, with the technique. And so I'm guessing that happens a lot with people. Yeah, like with the bent over rows, like people will try to like, they'll bend over and they'll pull like the dumbbell, right? But they'll do like a curl instead of using their back to pull it. Oh, okay. So then they're like, well, I could do this all day. It's like, let me give you a heavier weight so you can actually feel your back being used. Yeah. And then you give them a heavy weight, they're like, well, I can't pick it up. It's like, well, you're trying to curl it. And you're not going to curl that. Yeah. So you use your back, and they're like, oh, okay. And then you bring the elbow towards the waist, and like, oh, I see. And that's what I like about trying to teach someone about that. Yeah. About working out, because then it allows them, with personal training in general. Like, my goal is to be fired, right? With personal training. So let's say I'm training you, right? I teach you everything. Well, not everything, but I teach you a lot of things, right? To where you feel comfortable saying, hey, you know what? I know enough now. You can do it on. I'm going to do it on my own. So my goal is to be fired. Yeah. Because then I know that I did my job. Okay. Right. And then I move on to someone else. Yeah. So you went to Kentucky, you got your bachelor's degree in kinesiology. Did you know that you wanted to go the personal training route, like when you Went to school and chose kinesiology as a major?
No. My goal was to get a degree basically so I could become an officer in the Army.
Okay.
But also get a degree that I liked. So one day I would like to own my own gym.
Yeah.
Right. And it helps that my mom owns a bar right down Hopper.
Yeah.
So it's once she's done with that, I want to gut it out and change it into like a little performance facility for the Aldine area. Because I mean,
that's dope.
And it'll be good because I think it'll be good for the community because it'll be low cost for them.
Yeah.
For whoever comes in because we would already own that property. Okay. So I wouldn't have to pay rent to someone. Maybe my mom, but
yeah,
who knows? Who knows how that goes?
Yeah.
But we would at least own that land and everything.
Already.
So it won't be as crazy as some of these renters do, like at some building out around town or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that one day. But I mean, she's not going to give that up anytime soon. And over here, I mean, people drink more than they work out in this neighborhood. So
hey, man, but who knows, man? Maybe you open it and then you convince people to. So I was like, oh, get in shape, man. They see that, man, because there's not really anything like workout wise here in the Alding area.
Yeah, there's not even a grocery store. I mean, there's Meet the Ender right
That's
there.
about it.
but I mean, if you want HEB or Kroger, I mean, you're going down the Beltway, you're going out there in the Heights. So I mean, it's not good for the community, but I see that they're trying to do things better. I know a lot of the things they're doing, that little Aldine community center out there down Mill Route. I believe some of it's done.
Yeah, some is already open. They have like the community centers open. Yeah, that's open, but they're also building the North Harris Camp? What's it called? Lone Star? Is it Lone Star now? It's Lone Star?
Probably.
It's Lone Star Aldine campus or something now. So they're going to be like college courses there.
Oh, wow.
Like a college, like little, like what do they call it? Like a satellite location for like Lone Star College. That's going to be in there too. And I think they're in the plan that they have all mapped out. I think they have a space for a grocery store too. I don't know if they've locked down a client or anything, but they had like the whole little, plan of what they see in the future. I think they have a space for a grocery store there. Man, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Kroger's.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking at other grocery stores, like that Kroger wasn't very big.
No.
So
they
would have to clear like everything.
It has to be gutted. That whole place has to be gutted. And that whole building was old, really old, man.
I mean, a lot of buildings in the Aldine area are.
You should change that, man. Open that gym already.
we gotta gentrify the hood.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming, man. It's coming.
For better, for worse.
Yeah, man. So you got the kinesiology degree, and you did that because you wanted to, get the officer position. Yeah. What made the change between going that route, the officer route, and then just starting the personal training?
With going officer, I knew that I wanted to do to fly.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let me go and try to put in my commission packet when I'm finished with school, and then go from there. But stay in the reserves, because then I could just do personal training like on my own time here. Yeah. So then when they need me on the weekends or during the summer and all that, then I'm there. But civilian wise, I could just be doing some personal training out here. Yeah. But then I ended up getting out because I just started losing interest in the Army. Okay. And then that's when I came back in last May. That's what I was telling you earlier. And then I was going. I would try to put in my commission packet, but what happened was they denied my age waiver. They said I was too old. So I was like,
too old.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. I was like, what's the next best route for me to stay in the Army, fly, and do great things or whatever?
Yeah.
They told me to go warrant officer, and that's a specialized officer. So a lot of the pilots, that's what they are. They're warrant officers, and they told me that's the best decision that I made, because I don't have to do too much paperwork with like taking care of like a lot of soldiers and my company and all that. Once I reached those kind of ranks on the commission side, with Warren, I could just fly and do like little extra jobs that they need me to do. So I wouldn't really have soldiers under me. Okay. But that wasn't what I wanted. Like I wanted to lead people. I wanted to be in the front. I wanted to make sure, hey, not like my way or the highway kind of thing, but hey, I see what's going on and I'm here to protect you. So I'll be the shield for y'all. But that didn't happen. Okay. But I mean, I could still fly. So I mean, that's still a win in my books.
That's dope, man. So what made you get into personal training,
man? Seeing my friend train for his marathon. Okay. A few years ago. Friend Javier, he lives out in Seattle right now, and he was trying to get into the Navy. So then I was trying to help him kind of get in shape for that. I was like, well, let's start this process, get you running, get you at least in the Navy. And then he went off with it. He was like, well, I'm going to run. I'm going to do all this. I'm going to run 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. Like, hell, go ahead, do it. And then just seeing that change and seeing like having people like come to me for like advice, like, hey, how can I do this lift, or what can I do to become better or whatever, to get in better shape? Not really me going out there and saying, hey, do you need help with anything? People were coming to me. I was like, okay, well, if you're coming to me, then I need to at least kind of present myself and be the part for that. Yeah. So I was like, well, let me get my certifications. Let me continue my knowledge. Let me go to school and all this so I could become this person that y'all believe that I am. Mm-hmm. Although that I didn't see it, but I figure if enough people see it, then go from there.
So it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened. Yeah. Man, and so that's dope. And then, so now you got you do personal training, and it's under, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on, I got these little LED lights at the bottom. I forgot. I just remember right now. Usually I let the guests like pick the color.
Oh, we could do blue.
Okay.
Blue for Kentucky.
Blue. Okay.
Always blue.
Let's get
there we go.
All right. That's a blue.
That's good.
All right. Got it. So yeah, Cano Physiq. Yeah. That's the name of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I saw that like on Instagram. I was like, man, I didn't know he was doing personal training. And I think it's cool that you taking that entrepreneurial step and then just getting that, putting yourself out there, and then it's really it's on you. Yeah. And so really there's no boss or anything in that situation. Mm-hmm. You're running it and you're doing it your way, and just that's cool, man. And I see you got the whole little setup, like equipment and things like that.
Yeah, I got like a little mini gym in the garage. Got everything that I believe everything that you really need. Yeah. Nothing too crazy, too fancy. I prefer the functional fitness. So things that'll translate to just everyday stuff. Yeah. And that's kind of what I want to do for once I start this grad program. Yeah. Kind of figure out what kind of research paper I want to do in regards to that. With functional fitness, because a lot of people are sitting down like us. Yes. But I want to translate it also to esports. Okay. I like
because they're always sitting down all the time. Yeah. Too.
So that and if I could bring like esports and like Twitch streamers, Facebook gaming streamers, and all that, and then just everyday person kind of combine them, then figure out some sort of way to keep them active while being, I guess, sitting down all day. Yeah. But I haven't put too much thought into it right now. Just that's kind of what the route I want to go to. Yeah. But I mean, I had to talk to my mentor and all that, kind of see, hey, what's going on here? Yeah. See if there's something there. Because I don't think there's too many research articles out there for esports and for gaming. I mean, people don't even like it. They're like, oh, it's not actual sports. Yeah.
And people watch it though, man. A lot of people making a whole bunch of money. Actually, I thought one time I've never actually gamed like especially like online and stuff like that. So I was like, I got that computer, and that computer I built for video editing, but I was like, it's capable of gaming. I was like, I could game on that. I was thinking about maybe like on one episode that I actually try it out for one time and actually record it.
Yeah, do it and then start streaming on Twitch and everything. Here we go.
I was like, what if I live stream this? I was like, just live stream the whole process of me actually trying and gaming. You know, I haven't picked up a controller in forever. I got like an old school, the original Xbox and Nintendo 64. That was like the last really games I really played. So we're talking like probably like 15 years since I got like an actual game. I haven't played like the new ones. And then there's a whole bunch of like, I hear like good games now that they're free.
Yeah.
That like you could just download for free. I was like, well, I already got the computer. I got pretty much everything. I was like, the games are free now. So I was like, let me check out one of the free games and just play that. So I was thinking about maybe doing that for one episode or something like that. But yeah, I was like, even I see how it translates with the whole sitting down, because pretty much now because of my back problems, like I have back issues, and then so like I pretty much don't sit down at all. Yeah. So I'm like pretty much like this is like the only time of the day where I actually sit down. This and then like driving. That's the only time I'm sitting down. I was like, because my back hurts so much, and then so if I just thinking about it, I was like, I don't even sit down that much anymore. And then but like a normal person who's say like at a desk job, they're sitting down for 8 hours every single day. I was like, I sit down for like 30 minutes and then it's just it. I'm done, man. So I could see it could translate it, man. And there's a need for that, because I feel like there's, you know, I think it's actually unhealthy to be that stationary for that long, man. You got to be
just typing for the most part, typing and moving your wrists.
You gotta be moving around, man, and getting some exercise in, especially with that, because I feel like our bodies aren't meant to handle that.
It's just to be stationary.
Yeah, man.
At any point, you got to move.
Yeah, I don't even know how people do that, man, because I can't. I wouldn't be able. I don't think I'll be able to do that. I've never really had a desk job, but I still just thinking about it, just being at one place and looking at the computer all day, like I don't think I'd be able to do it. Yeah. But yeah, man. So personal training, and then we talked about how's that going, man? So
I guess slow right now. I really haven't really been promoting myself because I'm just trying to make sure everything is covered on my end.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could train people. I could do all that. I could say, hey, let's go do a free boot camp somewhere around town or whatever, and go from there. I'm sure someone will come. But right now, it's just trying to try to look at different approaches. Because I mean, right now with social media and everything, since that's part of life now. I mean, you could go online, you could find these workouts, you could find like online trainers and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like, who can you trust and all that? And I want to make sure that my system can work and will work. But it depends on the person. Because I mean, if it's online training, I could tell you, hey, do A, B, and C. But if you're just doing A, then you're going to come back and say, well, how come I'm not at C? Say, well, you're stuck at A. you haven't done that. So I mean, I would like to do that one day, do some online training. But I just like being with the person.
Yeah. The one-on-one, you know, real life situation.
Yeah, kind of keep it private in a sense. And even at my house, like I could, inside the garage, I could have about 2-3 people in there right now, including myself. So about 4 total. And that's if I'm working out, like with my friends right now, they come over. But if I'm just training someone, then I wouldn't be working out. I mean, I'll show them what to do. Yeah. But then I'll just sit back. So then at that point, it gives them more room to work. But right now, I've just been working out with my friends, and they kind of piece everything together, trying to get them back into shape. We haven't really been working out. I personally don't like working out anymore.
Really?
Yeah, but I just I like training other people.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't, because what is it, back in 2014? No, yeah, 14. 14, I did a bodybuilding show about 5 years ago.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Went all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like 3rd call out, which is, I would say probably somewhere between 10th and 15th. Okay. So somewhere in between there. But it wasn't too bad. I like the process of doing everything. Towards the tail end is like when you start feeling like the effects of like dropping carbs and everything, and still trying to lift heavy or trying to lift as much as possible to burn every kind of calorie that is in you, so you could look shredded. So I mean, I look good, but I just didn't feel good. Yeah. So I was like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'll come back a few years from now and try to check it out. And bodybuilding, I mean, it's an expensive hobby.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, everything is so like, I mean, if you were having like a gym membership, so I mean, I guess back then I had one, so I was driving to the gym sometimes twice a day, then just buying my meals and everything. So either buy them prepped or buy the groceries and then meal prep it for the week. And I was doing that probably like twice a week because I would only meal prep for maybe like 4 days. Mm-hmm. So just kind of like starting on a Sunday, then Thursday, then Monday, kind of stagger it.
What would like a meal consist of?
Mine was pretty boring. Mm-hmm. My mornings were always like the same. It was like oatmeal with like a protein scoop in there. Yeah. Even now, it's still that 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
Yeah, and then what else do I? Sometimes I put little sausage. Those what are they called? I don't know. It's like the pre-cooked little sausages that you put in there. The Jimmy Deans.
Yeah.
Throw some of that in there. And then that'll help build up my caloric intake for the morning. Mm-hmm. So then once it was like dinner time and all that, then I kind of taper it off and do more like chicken alone. It's like, well, I ate all my carbs, I've done everything. I was like, now it's just protein, which was the hardest part for me to get because it's just you get tired of eating and you get tired of eating meat. And then but the good thing with like bodybuilding, what I was doing was every week I would change out my protein source. So it was like 1 week it was poultry, just probably like chicken and turkey. And then the week after was fish, so any kind of fish. And then red meat, mostly just like ground beef, maybe a steak or 2. Mm. And then cycle it again, just so my body won't get used to eating the same thing. And then, I mean, it was just boring just eating like that because you're just eating to train. You're not really eating for your own desire.
For your own like I don't know because eating could be like it's what's the right word? I'm trying to think. It's
a hobby as well.
it could be a hobby, but it's also it's enjoyment too, like just the taste and everything like that. So it's more than just food. It's not just energy. You know, you're getting also tastes and different flavors and all that, which you kind of take out when you're doing things like bodybuilding and all that, because you have to be strict on what you have to intake and things like that. You mentioned the word caloric. I think that was the word. Yeah. I have no clue what that is.
It's just calories, just another word.
Okay.
So like when you so it's your caloric intake, so how many calories I eat throughout the day.
Okay.
I'm limited to so much of that.
Yeah.
And that's my caloric intake. So it's like if I go into a caloric surplus, so I have a higher amount of calories, then I end up gaining weight. Okay. And if I'm at a caloric deficit, then I cut out some calories and then I start losing weight. So you always want to be at a deficit if you want to lose weight, and a surplus if you want to gain weight.
Okay.
And people are always on a surplus.
Yeah.
And then they wonder how come they can't lose weight.
I'm stupid. I was like, when I heard the caloric, I was like, is that some type of acid or something? And I was like, what's that? And I was like, is there something in your stomach? But yeah, I get it now. I was like, it makes sense. I was like, calories, caloric. Okay. My bad.
Yeah, more caloric than caloric. C-A-L, not C-H-L.
Yeah, my bad. No, I'm stupid. I was like, people who watch the podcast know that. Yeah, man. So that's a whole little interesting thing. But yeah. And then I don't know if we mentioned that we probably mentioned it. You're going back to school, you're getting your master's. You're getting your master's, but at the same time, what do you want to major in?
Kinesiology.
It's going to
be a master's in kinesiology.
Okay, that's dope. But at the same time, you're also waiting on,
waiting to leave.
Waiting to leave, right?
Just playing the waiting game at this point.
Yeah, because you're you re-enlisted. Is it re-enlisted?
Yeah. Well, I got back in.
Yeah, you got back in.
Yeah, I got back in last May. And then February I got accepted into the warrant officer and flight school. So, in October, I'll leave for the warrant officer school, and that's 5 weeks.
Okay.
After that, then I have to wait some more. And what some of the pilots have told me already was that they had to wait like 6 to 7 months after they finished that 5-week course to then leave to flight school. And that's about 14 months, year and a half or so. So I just told myself, I was like, well, let me go back to school and at least kind of get a jump start on this grad program. I mean, I don't think I'll finish by the time I leave, but at least with them, at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, I emailed them and they said that I have 7 years to finish the program. Okay. So I could take that break for like a year and a half, just maintain communication, just say, hey, this is where I'm at. Or if flight school isn't too difficult, once I get into a rhythm of things and kind of get the knowledge of everything, then I could probably squeeze in a class online, because it's just all online. So if I could squeeze a class in, I will. If I don't feel comfortable with it, then it's always going to be there when I come back. But right now, it's just trying to keep busy, I guess.
Yeah. And with flight school, you're going with a specific goal, right? Yeah. You want to become a Black Hawk helicopter pilot.
Yes.
Man, I don't think that's kind of like a specific. Yeah. There's not too many of those like in the world, right?
Not even in the Army. I mean, at our unit, I think there's probably like 24
people,
24 birds, 24 Black Hawk helicopters. Yeah. Pilot-wise, it's probably almost double than that, because you have your pilot and co-pilot, and they kind of just switch out. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
That's not I'm not high enough for that
yet. Okay. But still, I was like, man, just that's got to be in the process in its own, right? Yeah. I was like, it's a really selective group, and what made you want to especially become a Black Hawk helicopter pilot?
That's what our unit is.
Oh, really?
We're a Black Hawk unit.
Okay.
We were Apaches. So then once we converted to Black Hawks, they needed pilots, and that's during their conversion from Apaches to Black Hawks. That's when I decided, well, let me get out, because my job on the enlisted side only was for the Apaches. Like it didn't carry over. So it was like, well, you need to make your decision now, Cano. I'm like, I got 25 soldiers I got to worry about first. I'll worry about myself at the end.
Yeah.
So we pushed all them out, and then by the time it came to me, I was like, well, crap. I was like, let me get out. Once I'm out, then I could kind of relax, reset everything. Mm-hmm. And if I feel the need to come back in, then I will. I was like, but just know when I come back in, it'll be for any kind of officer, and then the fly. So then that's what happened last May, and then now we just wait.
Man, that's crazy.
Now it's just me trying to get in shape again.
Yeah,
more running shape, because they want me to. They said they're gonna run my ass off like for those 5 weeks. So they want me to run my 2 mile in like under 14 minutes. Okay. I'm like, I haven't done that since I got in the Army. Uh-huh. I was like, you mean do that now? I was like, no, I'm over 30. Yeah. So I don't want to run. So trying to bring that down. I haven't been running, actually. I just been on that Peloton bike.
Yeah.
So that's been doing pretty good endurance wise.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the main goal, right? To test your endurance. That's why they want you running.
So with the bike, once the resistance goes up and everything, so I'm like, I figure, well, if I'm doing these 45-minute, 60-minute courses, and I'm not fatiguing too bad, mm-hmm. then I'm sure I could run 15 minutes, 14 minutes, and be all right. And then even like running on a treadmill, when last month, I did the treadmill in like 6:30 for like that first mile. So that was way faster than what I need to be. Yeah. But I mean, you're running on a treadmill. It's not the same as running on pavement. Yeah. So maybe we'll see how the weather is the next couple of days. Maybe on Sunday, tomorrow morning. Who knows? I also got to wake up and say, you know what, I want to run. And I never say that when I wake up.
And then you mentioned Peloton. That's mm-hmm. It's a stationary bike. But it's also like incorporated. It has like an iPad on there, so right, basically like an iPad where mm-hmm. it's you're connected to workouts, right?
Yeah. So it's a stationary bike, and they have treadmills now.
Yeah. Okay.
My sister has a treadmill, and it's her bike that I'm using. She wasn't using it, so I was like, well, if you're not using it, let me put it to work. Yeah. So she's letting me hold on to it for right now, and she doesn't have no room for it. So with the bike, you got the screen, and with the offer is like live streaming classes.
Okay.
So like when my nephew was telling me, he's like, yeah, it's stream classes. Like they'll call you by like your username or whatever. I was like, aren't they recorded? He's like, no, like they're live. I was like, what? So then I did it. I mean, I haven't been called out or anything, because there's a lot of people that get on. Usually, probably about averages maybe 900 plus, depending on the class. Mm-hmm. I've seen one like at 1,400, and it's just and that was pretty neat. So it's, and you get that like personal, I guess, experience with someone. Like they're doing it in that class because it's happening live. But they also have pre-recorded bike rides and all that. Mm-hmm. And I like some of them. Like I have them saved because I like the playlist and all that. So then it's just you go from there and just keep on biking.
And it's like kind of having like like a friend there to kind of like push you and motivate you and get you like make sure you finish this workout right. Yeah. And I see the benefit in like having someone there. Mm-hmm. Just even with you in the personal training, I think that's a big step for like the general public. The general public needs like that little extra motivation. Yeah. And then so just being there with like a personal trainer helping them actually through the whole workout, make sure they're doing everything right. I think that motivates them even more to actually finish the workout and actually go through, doing the exercises, lifting and all this other stuff, which is in the end just really just beneficial for the person and just get
health and wellness.
Make sure you live a little longer, man.
Yeah, I think it's called the Kohler effect.
The Kohler effect.
The Kohler effect is you perform better when people are around you.
Okay.
Right. So if you're by yourself working out, you're just working out. But if you're at a gym or like you're in a boot camp class, you see someone pushing, you're like,
I gotta keep up.
Yeah, I gotta beat it. You get that like competitive nature in you, like unintentionally. It just happens, and you just don't want to fail in front of like other people. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what it's called, the Kohler. Something it's along those lines. I could be wrong with the name, but I think that's what it is.
That's crazy, man. So Blackhawk pilot, personal trainer. I don't know, like the whole the career span of the pilot.
So I'll stay in until they kick me out.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So once I make it, then that's what I'll be doing. Okay. And with that is it'll still be part-time, right? Doing reserve stuff. But as a pilot, I had to get so many hours throughout the year. Yeah. So like every month, like a schedule will come out and I'll have to like be like the first ones to pick to be like, all right, I got to get like 4 hours by the end of the week. Mm. So it's like, well, I'm free on Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. And then hopefully something's up on those days where I could go drive with the Conroe, fly the bird around and go from there.
So you'd be based in Conroe?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not too bad. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's not that bad of a drive, like 45 minutes from here.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, man. It's just it's I don't even know like what type of missions or what type of things would you be doing, like going on?
I mean, if we deploy, a lot of it just be like transport stuff.
Okay.
You could fit probably about 12 people in there. So if we were to deploy, perfect world is I finish the school and we come back and we deploy. So we would deploy probably maybe like Kuwait or something like that. Mm. And we'll just be transporting soldiers to and from wherever they need to go from that centralized area. Okay. Perfect world, that'll happen, but probably won't. We'll see. Yeah. A lot of it's just transportation stuff.
Okay.
Making sure people get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And if anything bad happens to Houston again, maybe fly and have to save people.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah. And just based on my ignorance, I was like, is there any like weapons attached to like the Blackhawk?
You could put weapons on them.
Okay, but usually it's just
there's none on them right now.
Okay. I'm people know, like, on this podcast, I'm notorious for not doing absolutely zero prep work for the podcast episodes. So I don't look up anything. I just come in. I just like, just having the conversation and learning from the other person, things like that. So it's just, I'd rather, have this conversation and learn from you than actually just, actually Google stuff and just see that there, man.
That's what a lot of people do. And that's also what makes personal training hard. Yeah. So it's like, well, I could tell you, it's like, well, you should be doing this. Mm-hmm. And like, but I read on Instagram or I read on Facebook that this is better. It's like, and why are you asking me these things then? Why do you hate me?
It is, my opinion is the other way around. Yeah. I was like, I see it and I see stuff online and it's like, yeah, I'm not sure if they're right, or I was like, I don't want to trust them. Yeah, I was like, I'd rather have like an actual, somebody with training and things like that actually tell me. Like, I remember when I went through physical training or physical therapy, like when they had me like doing the exercises, I was like, okay, like I went in not knowing what the hell physical therapy was or whatever, and then I was like, I had already like looked up online, what are some exercises, that could help my back and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I don't know. I was like, do I trust their information? Yeah. And I went through the whole physical therapy and then just seeing, like, okay, they're telling me to do it like this. I was like, all right, well, I trust them more than I trust the internet. Mm-hmm. I was like, anybody could put stuff on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, they go to school for it too.
Yeah. So at least they got like some background information. That for a fact. Not like, just like some random person online on Instagram saying that they're a trainer. Yeah.
It's like, I fixed my back by doing this. It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You did. You went to physical therapy to get this. You just didn't wake up and like, oh, I got this new bed.
At the same time, I was like I didn't even know like an inversion table existed. Like the physical therapy didn't even tell me that. I was like, that could be helping. I learned that from like a Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah. I was like, he was talking about like an inversion table. I was like, I didn't even know what that was, so I had to Google
boots,
it. Yeah,
the boots on and kind of tip back.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I was like, that actually looks like it might help me. So I was like,
I actually bought inversion boots the other day.
Inversion boots. Mm-hmm. What are those?
So, well, they're not really boots. Yeah. They just call them boots. But it's like a little clamp that you put on, right? It has pads and all that. Yeah. And it has a hook, right? So then I have my
pull-up bar.
My bar, yeah. So then once I put them on, I would kind of latch on and then let go. And then just hang. I haven't done it yet. Okay. The guy recommended for me not to do it by myself alone in the room.
I could see.
So, and then
I could see that being an issue.
And then the bar, I think, is too thick right now. So like when I hook it,
it doesn't hook all the way.
Yeah, it doesn't hook all. So I was like, if I fall, it's gonna hurt. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I need to kind of get maybe like something to pull it apart just a little bit, or I think I probably just have to put it on and just have my weight clamp down.
What you could do probably is heat it up. Yeah. Heat up the metal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you could probably like bend it out. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not too bad. So I would like to use it eventually, but I gotta. Yeah, I gotta make sure someone's there. I can't have my dog just watching it.
Which reminds me,
I'm like, help me! He wants to play.
That was a dope picture that you put of your dog, like just sitting out, looking outside,
just chilling, like, man.
I was like, that was a really good pic. I like this.
He's just chilling out there. Yeah. Like he'll run around, but right now it's too hot for him. He'll run a little bit and he'll just sit down. Just like,
it's only gonna get hotter.
I think it's gonna be a hot summer, man. It's hot right now. But I mean, it's the climate change.
It's global.
The non-existent climate change.
Yeah, right. Man,
because then they just say, "Well, the climate's always changing, right?" It's like, well, the degrees are changing. Looking long term, man.
Man. Yep. So I don't know. I also like to in this podcast. I know that you're kind of just like waiting with it or waiting on hearing back, but you're also doing the doing the personal training, stuff like that. Is there something that, you know, maybe like business wise or anything like that that you feel like you need help on, or maybe that, you know, just a question
business wise, or
just, right. I know I'll just say, cause like, right now I was like earlier today, like I was setting up all the, I'm able to like sell like I plan to sell like these shirts and like the hat and stuff like that directly on like, I guess it's already on the website, but I'm like integrating it so I can sell directly like on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. And then just signing up, trying to link the accounts so I could actually do it was just a whole pain in the ass. Yeah. And then so Instagram needs me to set a link up with a Facebook account, and then the Facebook account is telling me that, you know, it won't let me change the name on it because it has like my actual name, my Michael Macedo, and I was like, I want to change it to the brand Defynest, and so I had to apply for that, and then for the name change, my name change was declined. Yeah. And then I have to go through a whole appeal process if I wanted to. But I was like, man, screw this. I'm just going to have to open up another Facebook. Yeah, to link everything. Yeah. I was like, I have to start another page and then I could link that page to that. And I was just like, oh, man, just stuff like that frustrates me. And I think they overcomplicate stuff. Yeah. And I could see like business wise, just doing like that, just whether it's that or just paperwork or filling out forms and just making sure everything's legit and everything's good. I was like, or either with like the marketing or promoting wise. Yeah. Do you feel like you need like any help with that? Or maybe there's, you know, I'm just trying to figure out, is there some way that I could help you?
I think it'll just be, I guess promotion wise, it'll just be outside of this right now. It'll just, I mean, it'd have to be word of mouth, right? So I mean, if I get someone, I got to be more proactive. Like if I train someone, it's like, hey, make sure you tag me, make sure you like do all this stuff and promote me while you're working out with me. Yeah.
Are you looking to get more clients right now?
I'm not really looking right now.
Okay.
Probably. I'll say probably next month. Right now, wait till the school year is finished and then kind of go all in on it. Because I know there'll be 2 weeks where we're gonna do some Army training still, and that might be in June or July for me. So that's also the hard part. So if I'm gone for 2 weeks,
scheduling whole scheduling around stuff,
and then leaving in October, it's. I mean, I like being honest with people. It's like, hey, if we're gonna work out, it's for the next few weeks, if that. But that's why like with the online training and all that, I want to kind of hold off on that because that one I would rather like charge people for like a 6-week plan, 8-week plan, whatever, go from there. But if it's just working out and all that, I mean. They could contact me however. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Do you want to share those links, man?
It's all Cano Physiq.
Cano Physiq.
Yeah, everything is on there. And that was a good thing from what I was set. I was kind of doing it backwards. I set up everything without even doing anything with it first. So I put out the Cano Physiq. I got it. I got the logo made and everything. Bought like the copyrights from the people that made it. So then they won't. I guess use it for other purposes. Yeah. So I did all that. So I did the brand and then the social media aspect on that. So now it's just, now that I got the certifications, the knowledge, the means behind it, it's just the paperwork now. A few signatures here and there from some people stating like liability issues and all that. Yeah. And it's just me typing it up or going online to see like a little template and I'm writing.
Coming out with like a form.
Yeah. Yeah. So knock that out. And then it should be good from there. Okay. And then just, I mean, you want to offer
whether it's like if you ever need like photos or like videos or anything like that, man.
Yeah. I know I need to do like some headshots.
Some headshots?
Yeah, I know I need to do that. Just like the LinkedIn and all that.
Yeah.
I have a profile, but I don't have a profile. I have the name there.
Yeah. But there's no photo?
Yeah. I think I used my military photo in there. Okay. And then we go on like little veterans, like workshops, resume workshops, and that they're just like, don't use that. They already know you're in the military because you have it on your resume. Yeah, they just look professional and all that. They know all that. But it's good that I'm still in. What they were saying, like when people get out, they still use it. And he made a joke. He's like, "Give it up. The dream's over. It's like you're done. Get out of uniform. It's a different mindset now." Yeah. So I guess mostly just headshots and.
I could take like. I always take photos like right now, like all the guests of the podcast. Like afterwards, we take some photos and stuff like that. So I have the setup back there right now. So just ready to get some. We could take some like photos right now, and I'll give them to you. And all right, you could have them.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, is there anything on your end? Any more questions?
I mean, other than just I got like I don't know if you have like any workout or tip recommendations for like a lower back injury, and then just simple little stuff I could do like strengthening my back
around the house. Yeah, like right here. Yeah. I could show you. I could show you some after the podcast. So right on. Okay. You want to be on the
floor? Yeah, we could do that, man. Yeah, man. So I know it might get like it might be like heavy rains coming like in Houston right now tonight. Yeah. So
sun's still out.
Sun's still out, but
still a little bright.
But yeah, I wanted to get you out there before it started like flooding. We're under like a flash flood watch right now. So yeah, we could go ahead and wrap the episode right now up. So it's Cano Physiq on all social media.
Correct.
All right, I'll link them in the description. So I'll link your whole Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yep. Anything else?
I think just the big three.
Okay.
Unless there's a 4.
I don't know. I'll be the wrong person to know what the 4th one is, but I have enough headaches just dealing with that. Like I pretty much like gave up on Twitter, gave up on that, gave up on Snapchat. I was like, I haven't logged onto those in years.
I don't have a Snapchat.
I'd rather my preference is Instagram. I was like, Facebook, I just logged on today and I was like, it just gives me headaches. I was like, man, it's just.
And I get the notifications like, hey, it's your brother's birthday. It's like, I know it is. It's like, I'm not going to message him. I refuse to.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cano Physiq on all platforms. I want to thank you for coming on, man. It was a pleasure, man. I enjoy hearing all this, catching up and just hearing this, the stuff you're going through and your goals to become a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, man. I think that's amazing that you're actually working on it. Because a lot of people I come across, they say like they have a goal, like, it's doing that, but they don't take any action to actually do the physical, like actually do anything that positively moves them towards that direction.
And that's why I want to do like the personal training, because I started last year and I'm just like, I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to have it and then not use it. Yeah. So I was like, I have everything ready. It's just, you just need one person. Yeah. One person to work out with and then go from there. Even if it means going out to their house, going out to the park, doing something. So.
That's dope, man. I'm telling you, I'm here for anything. If you need any photos, videos, or anything, website, I can help out with that. And man, so guys, I just want to thank y'all for listening. It's you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the podcast streaming platforms. New episodes every Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's when the video comes out, and on YouTube. And I usually post the audio like a day before. Mm-hmm. So if you want to check out the audio, you get to hear it first before the video comes out. So yeah, man, want to thank all y'all. It's Defynest.com, DEFYNEST. And yeah, man, until next time, I just want to remind all y'all to defy the definition. That's how I end it. Oh, and I remembered this time. Money. I remembered it. Yeah, that's a wrap.
Awesome.